Hello and welcome to the channel High Class Cthulhu. They know you needed help, so they sent me. We're playing Devil May Cry 3 Part 2, and I am truly feeling motivated. How many times am I going to get away with saying that? Anytime there's Virgil, that's the time I'm going to get away with it.
Thanks for destroying the luck for me, devil boy! And welcome to hell! Please accept my gift. Don't be humble. Just take it. After all, we're buddies, aren't we?
Well, isn't that special? To be honest, I'm expecting something a little better than this.
So these are the blood goyles. They're not that tough. Their gimmick is that if you hit them while they're red, they will multiply. Like they're about to, and they also sometimes will just multiply to make your life harder. But if you shoot them, they go to stone, and then you can take them out. Shotgun does quite well against them. Pistols also do quite well against them. The final ranged weapon we get also is very good for them, but I won't spoil what that is. The only time they're really hard is when they group together, because you might accidentally try and like hit one while you're hitting a red one, while you're hitting a stone one. Just they multiply, and it just becomes a little bit of an annoyance, but they're not that bad. We then have this in SE, these special edition.
Welcome to hell!
These were added. There are three or four. I was about to say the wrong name then. Jester fights in the game. Obviously, they get harder as time goes on. The final one doesn't even really make sense in the time it's happening, but that's fine. He can take damage throughout the whole fight by shooting, but after he does one of his like big attacks with his balls, you can shoot him, and then he goes into this stagger state where you can get loads of damage done on him. He has like 3 or 4 different things. One where he's in the middle and a bunch of balls go around the side. One from reasonable distance and balls come at you. Later on, he stands on like a moon version of a weird face, and that does a bunch of stuff. Not that difficult. Like the more balls appear as time goes on. Just switching between Trickster, Gunslinger, and Swordmaster is kind of all you really need to do. Or you can just stay in Trickster and Swordmaster. It's up to you. You can do whatever you feel like you need, but it's a good time to do Dance Macabre. You'll get quite a good damage. They show these fights just show up sporadically. This is the only one you have to do. The rest are all optional. You know, there's no reason not to do them. They're not the best fights. Yeah, it's fine. Totally fine. I keep almost saying the wrong name. I'm going to try and not spoil the story. I won't. But it's weird, you know, Jester and or Joker lives in where? If you know, you know. He's like an extreme version of Dante. Like he's like a Looney Tunes character, like full on. While Virgil has Arkham with him, who's like this super dour, serious, like extreme of Virgil. They're just nice little reflections of the two characters they follow around. I think also he has heterochromia as well, which that's 3 characters in this game. That's a lot. That's an excessive amount. So we can now carry on. And what do we even get? We got a thing we can take to the top of the tower. Forgot what we actually we got. Is it like the Philosopher's Stone? Yeah, I'm stupid. I thought we had the soul thing to get there. We didn't. We really didn't. But that's fine. I don't mind fighting these guys. They're not bad. The hells. It's weird. As I'm recording this, I think like yesterday, Devil May Cry Peak of Combat came out. this video will not come out around this time, and it also dates it, so I probably shouldn't have said that. But I have played it for like 10 minutes, and I've also seen the whole, like, the differences between the 1.0 and the 2.0 and how much more was in it and how much they've removed it just to kind of, like, make it a bit nothing. It's weird. It's weird seeing Devil May Cry 3 Dante. I'm not even sure if it's Ruben Langdon voicing him. He sounds a bit weird. It sounds similar enough, but also strange. And there's all the hells, but they're like buffer versions, like they've been having like a protein shake and been working out. It's weird. And obviously combat is kind of basic. They took out a lot of the depth for the most recent release. It's weird. I might give it more of a go. One of the collectibles or like currencies is pizza slices, and I'm pretty sure when you run out of pizza you can't play anymore, so I don't know, we'll see. I will give it more of a go. It's cool to be able to play as like Lady and things, but I don't know how I feel about it. I played it literally 10 minutes, so I literally just started playing as Lady and then I came and did this, so we'll see. I'll play more of it, and I might tell you more as this goes on, or I might never talk about it again. But we don't know. It's just weird there's more DMC coming out, and it isn't a new game. It's because Itsuno's making Dragon's Dogma 2, which is like his dream project. Yeah, he went on to make Dragon's Dogma 1, which is essentially just a Berserk game. Like, you can make guts. It's very Berserk, and Dragon's Dogma 2 will be out at some point, and I'm excited for it. But I don't know if he will get another Itsuno Devil May Cry game, because he may be done, right? He's getting up there. He's getting his like dream projects out. He got Devil May Cry 5 out. He's getting a new Dragon's Dogma. We might actually play Dragon's Dogma on this channel at some point. I really love it. It's a great game. And I love the pawn system. I love everything about it. Well, I don't need to be talking about Dragon's Dogma now, but I love that game. We got the Trident, which is very similar to Devil May Cry 1, but now you don't put it in and have like a little timed thing to run and open a gate. You just open a gate. Or Dante. And we have a bunch of the I have a phone open next to me with some enemy names in case I forget them, because I will forget them. Hey, it's a Soul of Steel, and it looked a lot like a Proud Soul from Devil May Cry 4, which is weird to me. Like, it almost looks identical in my head to a Proud Soul. So we've got the Enigmas. They suck. Also, the statues that they are like made from are behind us. It's pretty cool. That I've only really noticed that recently, that it's the same statue. And some more hells. I don't like fighting in this room. Just the camera's quite close, and anything that spawns up on the high rafters are annoying to see, and you easily fall off the edge because they're quite thin. So, hey, look, we're using Round Trip. A thing. That's not Round Trip. What am I talking about? It's kind of like Round Trip, but it's not. You throw the sword in enemies. It's a cool attack. Again, I will never use Drive ever again. I will do some Bloody Palace, and I show that off a little bit. And I think I might use Drive in that. But when it becomes a move in DMC4 and it's like part of a string, it works way better, and it's really cool. Also, when you can do like, is it Drive and Overdrive, where you can do like 3 slashes, it feels like more effective. It is a really strong attack though. If you've got a bunch of guys lined up, it will cleave through them quite effectively. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm going out this way. That's what I'm doing. Because we need to go. I got the Soul of Steel, which that place I kept falling down. We can now actually get through this hallway. I really like this hallway. Everything's clumped together. It feels good. It's a real good hallway for like Nevin. I can't wait until we get Nevin. I'm excited for Nevin. We also have at the end of this, well, not at the end of this, well, actually, yeah, at the end of this, there's 2 really cool boss fights. We've got, I don't want to spoil it. Agni and Rudra is the first one, and I love that fight. It's real cool. And then we have an even cooler one after. And then we have some weaker ones. Like the last one ended with Gigapede, which isn't even in the boss list. It's just kind of sad. And we can now walk across this because we have steeled our soul. We have a style adjudicator, which it's Cerberus. Cerberus again, I don't use that much just because it feels like quite close quarters, like most of its attacks. And, you know, style adjudicators are weird. Lots, like if it's a rebellion one, getting it up using Swordmaster is quite easy because obviously they hit. But the style, the Swordmaster stuff for Cerberus don't seem to really affect your style when it comes to the style adjudicator. So, you know, focus on just normal attacks. It's not going to do much otherwise. I didn't remember this room. Oh, I do remember this room. It's an elevator. It's also a location of a secret mission where I would recommend you get good at. It is a secret mission area and access to a secret mission. For this secret mission, if you get hit once, it's over, which is slightly annoying, but they do take long enough to recharge their fire, so if you're just making sure you're looking out, it's not that bad, really. Pretty simple. But the other secret mission which takes place in that room is we can cheat our way through it, which is really cool. There's not many secret missions you can do that, but it's cool. I do like how these evolve. Like I'm practicing DMC4, and these turn like way more big with like little swords that shoot out, and it looks like Virgil summon swords. It's over the top. They went from the little pad to that. It's a big glow up for the pads. So these elevators, if they get too filled, I'm pretty sure if they get too filled with enemies, it will go back down. So just make sure you're being efficient. But I was getting S ranks on here. I do love the taunts. I just have to remember to do them. Because it's great. It's a good time. Oh god, I just had flash forwards to the enemy step secret mission then, with them all gathered around me. So when we get to the top, we actually near the boss. We're near a cutscene at least. Any second. Look at that moon. Cool moon. No, we're not near a cutscene. We're near a boss. Agni and Rudra. It's cool as hell. Goddess of time, we don't need you, but enjoy. Well, enjoy now.
Look, brother, it's been ages, but we finally have company. I see that. We must entertain our guest. You're right. We have to be gracious hosts. What should we do? How do I know? We need to come up with something. Brother, our guest is sighing. Sigh? What is sigh? Well, a sigh is when...
Enough already! How long are you two gonna keep carrying on like this? In case you didn't get the hint, I'll spell it out. Your guest wants to go through. Got it?
Our job here is to guard this door. That's right. We can't let you pass.
So Agni and Rudra, they aren't the actual bodies, they are the swords. The first thing they'll do is they'll run to an inner room and charge at you. Then pick one of them and just use roulette on it. Not like that. Because they take very little damage, but if you can knock the sword out of their hand, they will take tons of damage. So 2 roulettes, like 1 roulette, the weird clash happens, then give it a second and do another roulette, and that second roulette will always knock the weapon out of their hand. Pretty much guaranteed, unless you stun them. So yeah, just pick one, get him down. But if you kill one and not the other one will pick up the other one's sword. So the best thing to do is to get them both like similar health levels, and and then take them out around the same time. Because you have a few seconds, like maybe like 30 seconds to kill the other one before he'll pick up the other sword. So just make sure they're really both low health. But roulette, so this is the only boss I'll use Cerberus. I always get hit by this. I try and jump it, which is dumb when I have Trickster. Just use roulette, and you will not have. There you go, and then roulette again, and the sword's out the hand. It's very easy. We'll leave him at that health for a minute, and focus on. I don't know what one's what. To be fair, I'm not sure on the thing, but here we go. It's pretty much already over. Very easy fight, but a cool fight.
Wait! Yes, wait! We have been waiting for a long time! Yes, a very long time. For someone stronger than us. Someone who can control us. My name is Agni. And my name is Rudra. You shall take us with you. We could be a great help to you.
Okay, but on one condition.
What is it? Name it!
No talking.
Fair enough. As you wish. Impressive.
No talking. Good.
So these are one of the coolest swords in the game. They also will talk again, I'm pretty sure. If you get to Triple S, they will like congratulate you for being Triple S. They're very cool. When we upgrade them and get their like stinger and stuff, they're just great. They're great in Swordmaster as well. That's a very good attack. They're just cool swords. They're fire and wind. I will buy their upgrades almost immediately, and it's like lock on back and whatever attack, like knock up in the air attack is real cool. Really like them. We'll be using them a lot, especially against spider people later on. They're just super fast. What do we get? Probably an A. Get very little S's in this playthrough. B. S. B. A. S. Basabas. We got an A. It's fine. Doesn't matter. Oh, we're going to save. So I can once again show you when I recorded this. Who needs timescales? Enjoy the cutscene next. This episode is sponsored by Yamato. Is that a Yamato pun? But when I say it, it sounds like tomato. My accent doesn't work for that. I'm the only person here though, so like Yamato. In association with the DMC Devil May Cry support group. Are you not over how people talk about you in the game you love? Do you like a Dante that, you know, isn't Dante? We've got the support you need. Would you rather cat than lady? You've got problems and we're here for you. Do you like that Virgil instead of this Virgil? You can't be helped. Please don't come. Lady's pretty cool. I like her a lot. She's cool as hell. So yeah, Jetstream 2 is the Stinger version. Whirlwind is the knock in the air, I think. And Air Hike is Air Hike. Yeah, it is. And then Air Hike is Air Hike. It's annoying you have to buy Air Hike on multiple weapons, but you do, so deal with it. And yeah, that's all. Lady's cool. It's kind of crazy that she's just a normal woman. Like, she's not got any special superpowers. She's just a lady. And she's cool as hell. I hope we get to play as her one day. In Devil May Cry, Peak of Combat. Or Devil May Cry 4, but that's another story. So here we have a trial. Wisdom at a crawling infant, then a man standing tall, and finally an old man leaning on his cane. Can you work out the code? You have 3 trials here, and you get 3 gems. You get 2 to open the way out. 3 gets you a secret, a weapon. Pretty much it's 4, 2, 3. Yeah, 4, 2, 3. Infant on his 4 legs. 2 is a man standing tall, and 3 is the man with his cane. And you get it. If you get it wrong, you have to fight enemies. So, that's it. It's impalpable knowledge of ancients. And then just leave 1 year out. This is also a thing where you would usually probably change your styles with the Goddess of Time if you weren't playing the Switch version, because one of these are an agility one and one is a combat one. Is this the agility? Yeah, the skill one. This is also a secret mission, one of the final ones. You have to do this room a few times. So obviously Trickster will make it easier to dash over, or you could just be me and just get hit. If you wanted to, that's cool. I've heard that's the best way to play the game. But yeah, Trickster makes it obviously much easier. Or if you had Devil Trigger, would also be quite easy because you would go real fast, but you know. But that's not everything. They're not letting you out of here alive with the technique stone. There's some enemies. We got more of these. And there, I was doing that on purpose to show what happens. Yes. I didn't mess up. You messed up. We'll show off some Agni and Rudra. Look at what I'm doing. I'm being an idiot. I'm going to be honest. I was just being a moron. The Swordmaster, like, forward attack is really strong. Like, it does a bunch of damage, and also the back. Like Cerberus's ones feel really ineffective because of how kind of close enemies seem to need to be, or how they don't seem to do anything. But Agni and Rudra's just clean up. It's real good. There's its like high time. Whirlwind, as it's called. And then you essentially just get a straight up aerial rave and then like a spot sonic spin dash just straight down. It's great. The next room is a fighting room. But we could just leave now with the 2, but we've got to get the weapon because I've got to show it off, even though I will never actively use it. I thought being able to switch to all weapons would make some of the ones I don't normally use more appealing, because I can try them out without needing to go to Goddess of Time statues. But I'm wrong. Some of them are just ineffective and I don't enjoy. Which isn't entirely fair to the weapon coming up. Like, you can do some cool stuff with it. It's just not a playstyle I massively enjoy. You could probably find someone who does some amazing stuff with it, but not me. So this is like the enemy's own version of Devil Trigger. When they get this like purple around them, they're really hard to kill. They have way more health. They take a ton of damage. They stagger less. They're just a lot tougher. But if you hit both of these switches, it turns it off. And that's the challenge of this fight, is just making sure these switches are active and then killing these guys quick enough that you've got them before the switches deactivate. This is also the room Lady was just in, and she did it way more effectively than I did. Why did I have to do these switch things? She didn't. She just shot them with rocket launchers. There you go. That was the... Look how strong it is. It's so good. I'm pretty sure in higher difficulties, these like purple enemies show up, just like in the normal game. Here they only show up in this room. The few that like you come here once and you come over here optionally one other time later in the game. And then also in a secret mission, you have to... I'm sure you have to do this room in a secret mission, don't you? I feel like you do. Or at least there is purple enemies in a secret mission. One involving an elevator, for sure. It's really hard not to do like the streak attack, because it just is so cool. God, look at him. Look at him with Agni and Rudra. They're loving their lives. They're stuck in that room in a squat permanently, and now they're just cleaning up. Even that like roulette spin, it's just cool. I love it. It's a cool weapon. Damn it, just missed it. I'm sure there is a secret mission here, and you have to fight like the the scythe guys in this room with the switch. I'm almost 100%. Almost. I'm 99%. I remember being in the... Or is that just the second time you come here? I don't know anymore. I don't know. One of the things I'm saying is true, one is a lie. That's your own skill. You know, that's your skill of wisdom you have to work out. How much of what I say can be relied on to be in any way accurate. Again, that I would say is about 70% of the time. Like I said, Agni and Rudra speak at Triple S rank. I'm pretty sure that's true, but I've not clarified it, and I don't remember happening, but I've read that somewhere. So, the internet lied if I'm wrong. You put 1 in, ellipses, nothing happens. 2 in, you get the, it shoots it, does that. And then you put the 3rd in, and then you get the weapon, which is called Artemis? Artemis. Gun of the demon world that discharges arrows, concentrated with demon energy. So, it's kind of cool to have it equipped, because you get like a big weird arm. Like that. You can charge it and shoot it, and it does that. But with Gunslinger, I'm not going to do it effectively here. You can do that big bubble, and then if you spam circle or whatever button you're pressing, the skill button after you've done that, I forgot to do it here. I will look into it and see how you do it. You shoot a load of little arrows in the air, and they fly down and like home onto people. So that's kind of the way you're meant to use it, as in it will like lock onto enemies, and you can shoot them in the air and they'll finish the job for you. But it's just not for me. Multi-lock, yeah. Locking on, it will shoot, lock onto a single enemy, and then fire, and waves of things will go. So you can shoot that and then attack them with your melee weapon while arrows are firing at them, which is cool, but I don't have the forethought to do that. And then yeah, acid rain, which is that. It's hard to show it off when I don't have enemies to lock onto. It's kind of like Nightmare from Devil May Cry 1. It's a demon weapon that looks cool as hell, but I'm just not going to ever use. There you go. Like, it's cool. It's cool. I just really like Ebony and Ivory. I find it effective. I like how they can carry on the style meter in between attacks. I like how they can juggle. I like everything about them. And we've got a style adjudicator for Agni and Rudra. It's not going to be that hard. The final one of these is hard. Because it's a weapon that I really like, but I'm just not great with. It's not hard to get this up, especially when you can get in the air, and then they're the attacks I always forget with style adjudicators, because you can't knock enemies into the air and juggle them. I forget about like aerial rave and stuff, but it's not. You can do them still. You just have to like time it when you're starting to land. This room is always annoying. There's also like always a bunch of stuff hidden in these rooms. Sometimes there's a secret mission, sometimes there's a blue orb, but they're just really hard to jump everywhere. But cutscene.
Well, well. You've grown stronger.
Go to hell.
You point a gun at me? Your own kin? Your dear papa?
The only family I ever had was my mother. And she's dead!
You break my heart. After all, it was I who gave you your name. My darling daughter.
Your dear papa. I always love that line. It's really great. But twist, Arkham's lady's dad. I mean, like we don't know her name yet, but it's lady. Well, it's not. It's Mary, but it's also lady. Spoilers. Yeah. Who would have thought the two people with heterochromia would be related? I wonder what Jester has to do with it. Who knows? Anyway, we've got another cutscene that's pretty cool.
Well, this is my kind of rain. No wonder the sky looks so funny today.
Let me go!
Let you go? But it would be a waste if you ended up as just a pretty stain. What the hell was that for? Here I am trying to help you, and you show your thanks by shooting me? Whatever. Do as you please.
So he's a demon too.
I'm beginning to think I've got rotten luck with women.
So the fact that she clarifies, also Duel of the Demon Children, the fact that she clarifies that he's a demon after she shot him in the head means she didn't know he was a demon when she shot him in the head. So she was just gonna straight up murder a guy. just straight up gonna shoot Dante in the head. We got a secret mission. Do I remember what one this is? Oh god, it's the worst one. So, I hope you're really good at enemy step. I'm making you watch all of this. You don't get out. So you got to stay in the air for 20 seconds. The way to do this, most effectively, is get in the corner and just hop and hope you time your hops so that enemies don't hit you, but you also land on them and hop. Enemy step is a thing that's in Devil... I'm sure it's in Devil May Cry 1. But it's never really taught to you, and later on in later games you have to buy the ability, which is not great. You just time your jump and you can just keep being in the air and remain mobile. The problem with it, look how close I am. Problem with it is your jump arc is kind of tied, like stuck. So if you move around or push the analog stick in too far an angle while trying to stay on top, you will dart off in a different direction. These guys also, you know, jump around after you and don't actually just stay in the position you want. You can make this later by getting, it was in Devil May Cry 1, Air Raid. Another weapon will give you the ability where you can fly in the air for a bit. So you can like do this for a little while and then switch into Air Raid and then just stay in the air for the last, like, how long you have Devil Trigger meter for. But we don't have that, so we've just got to hope. And I'm making you watch all of it. I do not care. This is hell. This is the worst part. This is the worst secret mission. It's just, they bring it back in quite a few games as well. I'm pretty sure it's in 4. It's just kind of not great. Especially they can hit you. So if you're timing your jumps wrong, or just trying to focus on one thing, there you go, you get hit off. The ideal thing is the corner, because they'll bunch up and obviously they'll all jump in front of each other, so you'll have like permanent people to jump onto. I think I actually do it further away from the wall than I normally would. Also, if you get an enemy step, you then can get another air hike, so you know, it's fine. Be careful attacking, like you might try and use your pistols to try and stay in the air longer, but if these guys die, your mission fails, no more appear, so you've only got these 4 guys. It's kind of annoying, and that's why I'm making you watch it, because you deserve this hell as well. There's not real any specific skill to it. It's like, try not to get hit, and I hope they all luckily just stay in the right location for you. Because if they all move out the way, you're screwed. There's not much you can do. Because, again, as I said, you can't really correct in the air too much, because pushing in one way will dart him off in a direction. You don't have much air control once you're up there. Imagine if this was the rest of the video. Like, look at that bar below. Imagine I tricked you and then the rest was just this. Like, I just leave you to watch this. Would you stay? Would you? Would you be there for me? Don't worry. Oh god, that was just the closest. It's like a fun idea, and as with most secret missions, they're there telling you little mechanics you may not know about, like enemy step, which you don't really get told about. But it's so random. Come on. Have they all jumped in the right location? You better hope so. There we go. Done it. Not that bad, but it's not a fun mission. It's quite annoying and random as hell. But we got another whole little bit of health bar, which is nice. Is there a blue orb also up here, or is it in another floor? I think it's on another floor, but I'm still trying to get them all for some reason. There we go. Did it. Then I stared at the wall for a moment. Strange. So we can now carry on our way up, but is it? Yes, we actually have to go down. You can go up, but you'll reach a point and it'll be like, no, you need an item. So you might as well just come straight down to the Divine Library, where there is a new enemy type. So we have these chess pieces that have been statues, but now we have the pawns. They're, how do I describe? They're cool ideas, but I really hate fighting them. They're mostly like, the pawns are fine. They have one attack. There is every chess piece in the game. There are knights, rooks, queens, bishops, kings, the whole shebang. And it's a really cool idea, and it leads to a really cool moment at the end of the game. But I just don't enjoy fighting them. They all take slightly too long to chip down. Lots of them have attacks that are just timed slightly annoying enough to hit you in the middle of other attacks. They jump around a lot. They're just... Pawns are fine. I really don't like the bishops. The knights suck. The rooks are kind of cool, but they take a long time to die. They're a mixed bag. They're a really cool idea. I just don't massively like fighting them. And they become... There's a ton of them later on. There's so many. Before, I think the next room we're going to go in has like a bunch, but there's a lot. And I feel like their place could have been used by another enemy. Oh no, it's a different room. There is a blue orb fragment here though, up in the rafters. Can we? God damn it! Can we do it? It's just this is what I mean. It's really hard once you're in the air to get any like specific or like precision at all. You're just in the air and then you hope and you pray. Hey look, can you see the blue orb? Oh no. So I was like, oh, you can come over here. Okay, I'll try that, but nope, the angle's weird, so he starts wall running in weird ways. Ugh. I don't know if I've mentioned that I don't like the platforming in these games, and that doesn't ever change. The finals, oh here look, there's just so many. The final, and it doesn't feel like there's any point in using other weapons because big combos don't work unless you're behind them. I don't know. What was I saying? Yeah, I don't like the platforming in this game. There's the final secret mission. Is the final? Yeah, sucks, and I don't like it. It's not fun. I don't enjoy it at all. Bad time. And then DMC4, also some really not great. Like it gets a little better with like the grim grip and snatch and stuff, but still don't enjoy at all. It's not why I come to Devil May Cry. I come for the fun combat, not to have camera angles make jumping around really difficult. You know, it's just the way I roll. I'm sorry, I'm just built that way. I really like this room. There's like the weird murals on the walls, and there's just like these half coffins and this big old... I don't even know what's going on, but it's cool. I really like it. There's this lady. And we have new hells. Let's see if I can find their names. No, I can't. Oh, let's have a look. Hellgreed? Is it a Hellgreed? It's a Hellgreed. They are enemy spawners. They only have one attack where they swing around their the big, I don't know, tube caskets. Not soul gatherers. I don't know what you would call them. But they swing that around. They're not that hard to hit, but they take a ton of damage, and all the time they'll be spawning new enemies. They can spawn a very wide range of enemies as time goes on. It won't just be these one type of hells. And I think it's a really cool enemy design. I like it a lot, actually. I don't know why. I really like the hells. I think most Devil May Cry do a really good job of their like standard enemy types. Like Devil May Cry 1 with the puppets are pretty iconic. These hells I really enjoy. Devil May Cry 4 doesn't really have them. You have like like they are like the puppets or whatever they're called. But they're kind of just like a mesh. Like I don't really like them, I guess. They just kind of don't stand out. They're just so much fabric and gas. And DMC5, I really like the Impulsors. I even remember their name. That's how much I like them. Weird bug men. They're really cool. And I haven't really talked about DMC Devil May Cry in any of these. In the last video. Oh, we got another style adjudicator for... Is this S rank? Maybe. I don't know. DMC Devil May Cry. I really like the game. I feel like saying any more than that is like a risk. I really like the game. Gameplay, and that I'm talking about Definitive Edition here. I'm not talking about the base game. I think Definitive Edition is pretty cool. I like it. I don't massively enjoy the story or the characterizations. They're not my favourite, but I think they're fine for what Ninja Theory were trying to do, and they didn't get a lot of choice. They were forced to do a lot of things by Capcom, who wanted it to be super different from Devil May Cry. So I think they did what they could with what they were given. And I like the gameplay, but it's like DMC2 is worse, obviously. And is this wrong to say? I don't massively enjoy Devil May Cry 4 as much as the other games. Also, the shriek thing's got to be there. I'm just in a hell spiral right now. DMC4 is a weird game for me. I really like Nero. I like Dante in it. I don't like most of the enemy types though, and the levels aren't my jam. It's weird to me. I like the gameplay in Devil May Cry 4, but the enemies like the Angelos, I don't like fighting, like their shields and stuff. I really just don't enjoy fighting most of them. I feel like there's just lots of blocks in the way. But then there's parts of it I love. Like I like DMC4, but if I was going to just be like, I want to quickly play a fun DMC game, and you put DMC4 and DMC Devil May Cry, I might pick DMC Devil May Cry, which may be heresy, in people who love Devil May Cry, but I don't mind DMC Devil May Cry. I think because like I knew about Devil May Cry, I played 3, but I wasn't as into Devil May Cry as I am now. Like I didn't understand parts of it as much as I do now, and I didn't play DMC 4 when it came out. I played DMC 1 and DMC 3. I didn't play 4, and then but I didn't like. I played it when I was really young, so I didn't have like that. It wasn't a series that I held up massively in my head, which is kind of crazy now that it's one of my favourite games. But that's fine. But when like the early, and also I was a teenager and I was edgy and dumb, and I saw like a dude smoking and putting a cigarette out on like a demon's head, and I was like, ooh, because I was a teenager and I was dumb. And I didn't realise how edgy and dumb it was. So the first like DMC Devil May Cry trailer I didn't have a massive problem with, well, like a lot of people did. And I played it and it was fine. It's totally a fine game. There's obviously a lot of other stuff going on with like Temen-ni-gru, the director of the game, being a bit weird online, but also people were sending him death threats. It's like, we will play DMC Devil May Cry. I don't know when, because I feel like even Itsuno likes DMC Devil May Cry. Like, that's why I feel like I've got to play it before I play DMC 5, because a lot of stuff from that game is brought back into Devil May Cry 5. So I feel like it would be an injustice not to play it before. So I don't know when I'm going to do that, but it will. I don't know. But I feel like we need to play DMC Devil May Cry. And I don't mind the game, okay? If I'm doing a list of Devil May Cry games, also I hate this room. I know I'm not talking about the game we're playing right now. I hate this room. It's just because they drop the red ones, and the red ones dash about, and the camera's not great in here. If I was going to like a tier list of Devil May Cry games, it's going to be DMC 2's in the bottom of the list. It's a bad game. It's bad. It's not good. It's the worst. Then, oh god, I'm like, I feel like this is heresy. And like, it'd be DMC 4 probably, and then DMC Devil May Cry, and then DMC 1, and then DMC 3, and then DMC 5. I feel like that's like heresy on certain places in the world, and I'm sorry about that, but I love the gameplay of DMC 4. I think the gameplay is excellent. I think the game was not finished, and it feels like it, and Dante's slightly ruined by the fact that he just repeats all of Nero's boss fights and his game, but backwards. I think you've given one of the best combat systems ever to Dante, and then you just shoved him in rehashed levels is really disappointing. And I really like Nero for most of the game, and then you just put him against a bunch of shield enemies who are really not fun to fight. So it drags the whole experience down to me, because I hate like playing 50% of the game, and then also you put way more friggin' platforming. I'm not going to discount the gameplay of DMC4 is one of the best in the series, because it is. I'm not going to take that away. But if I want to pick up a DMC game, one of the last ones I'm going to grab is DMC4. And that might just be because I didn't play it when it came out. It was long after that I actually first picked it up. Story-wise, though, I really like DMC4 for that. Story-wise, fantastic. It's fun as hell. Dante's having a great time. Nero's great. I love all that stuff. But we'll talk more about that when I play the game instead of... I'm doing Royal Guard. Look, guys. Look, I hardly use Royal Guard, but this is the one enemy I know how to use Royal Guard on. So enjoy it here, because you will not see it anywhere else. I am also one of the reasons I'm excited for DMC 5, because Royal Guard is made slightly easier to pull off and be effective with. So that'll be fun to see. But yeah, I feel like I just may have annoyed. It's just a sad state of affairs, you know? But I put it here just before a really cool fight, so you can't be too angry for too long, because some cool stuff's about to happen. So forgive me for my dislike of DMC4. I'm sorry. I would rather play DMC Devil May Cry. It's a good game, okay? And I don't even like the whole it's a good game but a bad Devil May Cry game, because it's fine. Like it's obviously a bit more surface level than some of the other ones, but it's a weird reboot. I'm not angry at it. I was angrier, I guess, when there was no Devil May Cry 5. But now Devil May Cry 5 exists, so who cares? Everyone just live in peace and happiness, and we've got a great game. Everyone can enjoy their games. I did see someone made like a 12-hour, 8-hour like defensive DMC Devil May Cry, and that's too much. There are problems with that game. But I'm going to stop talking about that because we've got something real cool coming up in like a second, and I can't sully it because it's rad. Enjoy. I'm going to be quiet from now.
You showed up.
You sure know how to throw a party. No food, no drinks, and the only babe just left.
My sincerest apology, brother. I was so eager to see you, I couldn't concentrate on preparations for the bash.
Whatever. At any rate, it's been a whole year since we last met. How about a kiss from your little brother? Or better yet, how about a kiss from this? So, this is what they call a heartwarming family reunion, eh?
You got that right.
God, this is the coolest fight in the world. This is the first fight, and they're on top of a tower in the rain with a moon backdrop. It's cool as hell. This isn't a long fight, but it's great. Best thing to do is just get Trickster on and dodge, 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 and then do some combos. Kind of simple. And always make sure to taunt him, because it wouldn't be a fight if you weren't taunting him all the time. And also he's calling his scum and feeling motivated, and he's just the coolest. I also love that he is a little bit like Dante and he's a bit cheesy. Like his whole I didn't get ready for preparations for the bash and things. It's just great. I just love you, Virgil. Also he's voiced by Dan Southworth, who apparently had the reason he's so nasally in this is because he had like a cold while recording, which I love that as well. We're getting some triple S's against him, which is also fantastic. If you do, when you get to a certain point of health, his hair will flop down, looking like Dante's, which is also a nice little effect. He's not that difficult as long as you just Trickster. There is no point in doing anything else. He's not using half of the things he will later. He does a ton, but it's not too bad. As long as you're Trickstering. Look at these. Look at these little slashes. I love that you can just slash the air. It's so good. And here we go.
Why do you refuse to gain power? The power of our father, Sparta.
Father? I don't have a father. I just don't like you, that's all.
Foolishness, Dante. Foolishness. Might controls everything. And without strength, you cannot protect anything. Let alone yourself. Yes. Now the spell Sparta cast will be broken. I see a devil inside you has awakened as well.
Wait. We should leave. For the moment, we have all that we need.
God, it's just Dante gets stabbed a lot and unlocks superpowers. I wish that worked in real life. I guess I haven't got a demon sword, but you know, that's fine. We will go into next episode about the swords and Virgil and Judgment Cut End and summon swords. He didn't actually do any summon swords in that fight. He will do summon swords. There's just a lot about him. We'll get into it, but we got another cutscene. After we save, apparently. Yeah, we'll get into a lot of stuff next episode. Well, he just got eaten by it. I was zoned out watching that then. Donna's been eaten by a big old fish, but we've also unlocked Devil Trigger, and we're just gonna buy all the purple orbs. I was just in awe. I forgot about that cutscene. That's craziness. So yeah, we now have max Devil Trigger straight away, which is very good. It's weird that you never can collect purple orbs. They're always just purchasable. But yeah. And I think that's all we've really got for this episode. Thanks for coming to the channel High Class Cthulhu and its high class content. Come back next week and we'll be doing the Leviathan Heart, and we might get to another Virgil fight. Maybe not. Who knows? Come back throughout the week for a bunch of other stuff, and yeah, and that's it. Bye, scum. I'm sorry. Bye.